So you've been exercising pretty hard regularly, you've been eating healthy most of the time, but you are not losing weight and you're frustrated. You want to throw this freaking scale out of the window, and I don't blame you. It can be frustrating, but let's examine 7 possible reasons why you might not be losing weight. So maybe some of those things apply to you so you can make changes and you can keep progressing. So let's get started. Number 1 reason, and the most important reason why you're not losing weight, is because you are not in a calorie deficit, period. If you want to lose weight, you need to consume less calories or less energy that you're burning throughout the day. If you're consuming more calories that you're burning, you will gain weight. If you're consuming less calories than you're burning, you will lose weight. You already might heard that, but that's the number 1 reason why you're not losing weight. You need to be in a calorie deficit, and you can accomplish that by just simply eating less food or change the type of foods that you are eating. For example, let's say you've been eating a lot of junk food like donuts, ice cream, and burgers, and you substitute them with more whole foods, higher volume, low calorie dense foods like fruits, vegetables, and lean protein. You're not necessarily gonna eat less food. You might actually be eating more higher volume of food, but you're gonna be consuming less calories, so that's going to allow you to create a calorie deficit. Another way you can create a calorie deficit is by increasing your energy expenditure, by increasing your activity levels, such as walking more, exercising more frequently, moving more in general. So you're burning more calories through activity. Or you can do a combination of both, where you're increasing your activity level and also making changes in nutrition. That's going to depend on individual preferences and circumstances. Another reason why you might not be losing weight is because you don't have a plan. You don't self-monitor what you are eating. In order to lose weight effectively and keep losing weight, you need to have some type of a plan and self-monitor what you are eating. You should know how much you're going to be eating, what type of foods you're going to eat, what type of foods you're gonna minimize or substitute. I think it's also important to know when you're gonna have your cheat meals, because that's gonna give you self-control. If you're just kind of eating randomly based on emotions, based on feelings, that's when it's very easy to overeat on your calorie amount, and it's gonna be very difficult to keep losing weight. And you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to weigh your food or track MyFitnessPal necessary to lose weight, but you should know what type of foods you're gonna be eating, how frequently, how much food you're gonna eat, and you also should plan when you're gonna have your cheat meals. And this is not a video about how to create a nutritional plan for fat loss, but you can simply create a plan such as choose how many meals you're gonna eat per day, choose 1 to 3 carbs, fats, and protein variations, choose between 1 to 3 breakfast, lunch, and dinner variations, and alternate them throughout the week, and monitor your weight 2-3 times a week, ideally on the empty stomach, first thing in the morning. Eat consistently for 2-3 weeks, and then you can make necessary changes. If you keep losing weight, then continue with what you're eating. If you're not losing weight, then you can make some adjustment by either changing the portion sizes, so you're actually eating a little bit less, or changing some food sources. Maybe substitute some of the higher calorie dense foods to lower calorie dense foods. But you have to have some type of a plan. Imagine like you're trying to build or purchase a house without knowing how much the house is gonna cost, what are the expenses will be, how much you are earning, how much are expenses you have, without having a budget, right? That's gonna be very difficult. The same thing with fat loss. If you don't have a plan, you will plan to fail. Another reason why people are not losing weight is because of inconsistency with their nutrition. Maybe one week they're eating very well, the next week they're completely going out of track with their diet. Another common reason that people are inconsistent that I notice, especially among my clients, is that they're eating very well from Monday to Friday. They're actually eating perfectly. When they're weighing their food, they're eating fruits and veggies, and let's say they're eating 1,500 calories. And this is the amount of calories that actually puts them into a calorie deficit. But when a weekend comes, on Saturday and Sunday, they go to the mindset of thinking, you know what, I was doing very well this week. I ate well. I was exercising hard. I was working hard. I deserve to enjoy myself. I deserve to have some type of food that I enjoy. And, maybe they're going to have 1 drink, and that drink turns into 2 drinks, 3 drinks, and 5 drinks. Or maybe they have a burger, and then they go to that mindset, you know what, I already messed up my diet. They feel guilty. Then they're like, you know what, fuck it, let me just enjoy myself. And going from 1,500 calories during the week, they're going to like 3,000 of calories on the weekend. And that can make a difference, because that's actually going to change the average amount of calories that you're consuming per week. Let's say when you were eating 1,500 calories, that puts you in the deficit. But on the weekend, you were consuming 2,900 calories. So your average actually per week is 1,900 calories, and that 400 to 500 calories can make a difference between you losing weight or you maintaining your weight. So that's another form of consistency. So in order to lose weight, you need to be consistent most of the time. You don't have to be perfect, but you need to be consistent. Another factor is unrealistic expectations and lack of nutritional periodization. People being constantly marketed by different fat diets, nutritional challenges, supplements that promise to lose 20 pounds in 1 month. The problem with that is when people going on very restrictive, aggressive diet and without having a good foundations, without developing certain habits and behaviors, they might lose some weight initially, but then they give up on the diet because it was too restrictive. They binge eat, they gain all their weight back on, and they quit. We have to remember that fat loss takes time, and we need to be patient, and we need to develop good solid habitual and behavioral foundation so we can keep losing weight. And we need to create a diet that's gonna give us good results, but in the same time is sustainable for us. All diets can work, such as intermittent fasting, keto diet, paleo, carnivore. All diets can work as long you can be consistent with them. They give you good results and they help you to be in a calorie deficit. But we don't wanna try to lose weight too quick. I would recommend to lose around 0.5 to 1% of your body weight per week and have distinct phases when you're gonna be in a fat loss phase, follow up by a diet break. You cannot just be in a calorie deficit and dieting year around, because over time you're gonna develop a lot of mental and physiological fatigue. Your performance in the gym is gonna suffer. You might lose muscle mass. Your energy expenditure or the amount of calories you're gonna be burning is gonna be less. So you're gonna stop losing weight. You're gonna get even more frustrated. So it's better to have distinct phases. For example, let's say you're going on 8 to 16 weeks fat loss phase, when you have distinctive date when you're gonna end your diet, then follow up by a diet break, which is also around 8 to 16 weeks. And the diet break is gonna allow you to recover physiologically and psychologically from dieting. And the purpose of this is also to maintain your weight. And after you recover, you're feeling better, you feel like you can go and do another fat phase, then you can go under another calorie deficit. So you're basically working in phases like that, and over time that's much more sustainable, and it allows you to prevent you from a rebound effect where you're dropping the weight aggressively and then you're gaining all that weight back on. Because at the end of the day, we don't want to just lose the weight, we want to lose the weight and keep the weight off. Another important factor is your sleep. If you're chronically getting poor quality and quantity of the sleep, there are several issues with that. Number one, if you're not getting enough sleep and the next day you're gonna be tired, so you're actually gonna be moving less, so you're gonna be burning less calories. You actually might even skip your workouts, or your training performance in the gym is gonna suffer. Another thing is you might have increased cravings for sugars or highly processed foods when you're undersleeping. Your testosterone might be impacted as well, which can impact your recovery, your ability to burn fat. And also you might have some hormonal imbalances such as ghrelin and leptin. Ghrelin is responsible for appetite and leptin is responsible for satiety. And if you're chronically undersleeping, you might have elevated amount of ghrelin and decreased amount of leptin. So you're actually gonna be more hungry, less satiated, you're gonna be moving less, and that can cause you obviously to gain weight as well. Another factor, which is also very important, is your stress. If you chronically have high level of stress, a little bit of stress here and there is normal and it's fine, right? But if you constantly have elevated amount of stress, your body releases cortisol, which is a stress hormone. And if you have a chronically elevated cortisol level, that can also impact your recovery, can impact the way you eat. When people are in a high stress, they tend to overeat, they have higher cravings, they eat more highly processed foods because they want to eat that comfort food where they have the dopamine release, and they choose, like ice creams and cookies and, burgers and things like that, and they're moving less as well. So managing your stress is also an important factor for your weight loss. Another few factors, I'm gonna put them under one umbrella, is drastically underestimating how much we are eating, because most people are notoriously bad of tracking their food and really knowing how much they're eating. Can underestimate how much eating by up to 50% of our calories, because we don't take into consideration certain oils, additives, sauces, bites here and there. There can be also an error in the food label of up to 20%, which can make a difference by a few hundred calories per day, which can, adds up and make a big difference between being a calorie deficit and being a calorie maintenance. Another factors that contribute to weight loss when that people not losing weight is they being inconsistent with their workouts. One week they're working out, they're doing well, the next week something comes up of work or life and they're skipping their workouts. So inconsistency with the workouts, another factor. And another factor is overestimation how many calories they're burning from the cardio workouts. And the reality is that you're not gonna burn a lot of calories from like different bootcamp classes on the treadmill. And don't get me wrong, cardio is great. I recommend to do cardio. It's good for your heart, is good for overall health. It allows you to burn calories, but cardio should be treated more of as a supplement, because like I said, you're not gonna burn a lot of calories from the cardio, and it's very easy to quickly eat back all those calories that you burn from your workouts in like 10 minutes. I can have an ice cream right now with 1,000 calories, which probably took me 1 hour on the treadmill to burn even less. 1 hour on the treadmill, I don't know how much you're gonna burn, but maybe 400, 500 calories, which you can easily overeat that in 10 minutes. So, cardio is great, but the primary focus should be on nutrition. And another thing that we have to take into consideration, if we're overdoing on cardio, over time, your body will adapt to the type of activity and it becomes more efficient. So actually it burns less calories. And if we're doing a lot of cardio, then we are tired, then we're actually moving less. So our non-exercise activity thermogenesis, or the amount of calories that we're burning without exercise, is lower because we're just moving less because we are tired from the cardio workout. So, cardio is great, but the primary focus should be on nutrition. So guys, that's it. Those are my 7 reasons why your weight might stale and why you're not losing weight. I hope that was helpful. Typically at the end of the video, people ask you subscribe, like the video. I'm not gonna do that, because if you like it, then subscribe. If not, that's fine. I just hope that this video was valuable for you. The only thing I would like you guys wanted to ask you is, let me know in the comments what other videos you like to see, because I'm new to this YouTube thing and I want to create valuable content for you guys. So just let me know in the comments what else you would like to see, and then that's it. I hope that was valuable, and I'll see you on the next one.